Carol Baskin. Hi, I'm Abby.
And I'm Amy, and this is the AA meeting.
Our Sweet 16 episode.
So cute.
I know. I'm excited for this one.
We're getting so old now.
I know.
We can like drive and stuff.
True.
Crazy.
Soon we're going to be 21 and we're going to be legal everywhere.
Yeah, true. Very true. Very exciting. Okay, well. Anything else to add to that?
Nah, let's roll the
intro.
Woo!
Welcome to my up home. I'm Lil Shorty, these my hoes. This is how we run this shit. Piss Olympics, let's go.
Okay, so on last week's episode, we were talking about the Facebook news ban in Australia, right? So if you missed last week's episode, there was this big thing in Australia. The Australian government tried to pass this legislation saying that social media sites would have to pay media companies for their stuff. So like Facebook would have to pay news companies for their things. And so they just deleted all news stuff from Facebook.
Facebook just had a big power move and just deleted everything.
Anyway, it's back this week. So it's really just been a bit of a whirlwind, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They put everything back, but they said that they would only do it if the Australian government like amended some of the wording in the legislation and stuff.
Right.
And like gave them more time to like make deals with the companies and whatever and whatever. But news is back on Australian Facebook.
Which is great because now I can keep up with the COVID restrictions because apparently like a lot of restrictions were eased at the end of Feb. So today's the 2nd of March when we're recording this. Spring. Yeah.
Spring has sprung.
No, it's autumn.
Summer, autumn. It is too.
It is autumn. Yeah.
I would have just gone with that.
So it is autumn, but apparently a lot of restrictions eased at the end of February, and
I
have no idea what any of them are. So
no, me neither.
it'd be nice to know through Facebook.
Yeah. Because it's not like we sit and watch the news every night.
Gosh, no. Or in the morning.
No.
Because not up till lunchtime. You know what I mean? Then the news is over and I've got to wait till night, but then I'm working nights and gosh, it's just a revolving cycle. So
thank goodness Facebook has put the news back.
Thank gosh. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so there's that.
Yeah. So what'd you get up to this week?
Quiet week.
Mm-hmm.
Actually I have a funny story I wanted to talk about Abby and I both teach like children's dance classes.
Yeah, as one of our jobs.
Yeah. And kids are weird, hey?
Kids are some special breed.
They're like tiny drunk people, I reckon. Like sometimes I look at them and I go, how is that a real human? The other day, I was on Saturday morning, I was teaching, I have this class of like 5-year-olds. And I look over and one of the little girls, and she's like nuts. Like, I don't know, she's not all there. I'm not really sure. She's the cutest little thing, but she's just like nuts. Anyway, I looked over.
At that age, they're either like, or like away with the fairies.
Yeah.
I reckon.
And she's like a delicate balance of both. So it's just a lot to deal with.
You never know
anyway,
what you're going to get.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I look over and she's doing everything with her eyes closed. I was like, open your eyes.
She's
what's
just
going on?
Feeling the movement.
She was, and she had it on her face like she was just loving it, but like with her eyes closed.
Gosh.
So funny. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is because about 10 minutes later, I was like, I'm not going to say her name, but I was like, young child, please open your eyes. Left her. Look back 10 minutes later. She's on the ground meowing like a cat in the middle of ballet class. And I was like, God, kids are weird. Anyway, because with like 5-year-olds, if you say something like, you can't encourage any like bad behavior because then they'll all just do it, you know? Anyway, the cat thing was kind of funny. So I laughed at it and I went, there are no cats in ballet class. My mistake. Suddenly I have 15 cats. They all drop to the floor and start meowing at me.
You plant that idea in their head.
Yeah.
They don't hear the, you can't do this. They just hear what the idea is.
Yeah.
So they would hear a cat in ballet.
Yeah.
And they would be like, I'm a cat.
I had 15 cats in ballet class on Saturday morning. I was standing there going, oh, it's too much. This is too much.
That's so funny. You know what's interesting is I had such a similar thing happen
because
on the
kids
Saturday
are
just been.
Drunk people. Yeah.
Okay. So there's this one child. I was going to say I don't want to name her, but the reason I think she is the way she is because we have the same name.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So this child, she is adorable. Like all of them are, right? But I resonate with her because of our like shared name. Yeah. So I was teaching them I Just Can't Wait to Be King from The Lion King.
Nice.
Right?
Yep.
And everyone knows that song, okay? And there's a part in that song where Simba, the little lion, he sings, I'm working on my roar. And when he sings roar, he does a little roar with it, okay? So I was teaching that to the kids. This is a musical theatre class. They're allowed to sing and express their personalities. So I was saying, I'm working on my roar. And I put up claws, like, and I was like, guys, and I want you to use your faces and you can do a little roar if you want, okay? So I'm standing at the back of the room with all the kids, all of them. But
I feel like you've set yourself up for whatever this is.
But this special kid, she's up in the front left corner about 10 centimetres from the mirror, okay, staring at herself in the mirror. We all go together, I'm working on my roar. I look over and she's standing there, arms above her head, claws out, and screams, "Rah!" And she's looking at herself in the mirror, breathing deeply, going,
like
a lion.
Kissing at herself. That is so funny.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's great. And she's like the type of child where she's either all in it doing the roars or for 10 minutes she's staring at the corner of like the ceiling. Yeah, and like won't respond to anything.
Yeah, right.
Gosh, kids are so special.
But you can't really like say anything to her about that because like that's what she's doing. What you asked, you know, you asked her to roar and the girl roared.
And she did roar. That came from like the depths, like the dungeons inside of her. It just came out.
That is so funny. I think this all the time. Kids are just like, I don't know what happens as you're growing up, like how you lose that, but kids are weird. Like
it's that creativity in their brains, like in their
creative's a word for it, but I don't know.
No, but it's like they've done studies and stuff that like when you're younger you have so much imagination and creativity, and as you grow up and you start to learn like the facts of the world and like what's I guess right and wrong and all that kind of stuff, then that part of their brain starts to get smaller, I guess. So then like unless you train, because your brain's a muscle, right? Unless you train that creativity and that imagination, then you start to lose it. So that's why people in the arts are very like creative and all that kind of stuff. Like us, I would say. Yeah,
we're like little drunk people. Except big drunk people.
But we are drunk.
All the time.
All the time. No, not at all. But yeah, cool.
Yeah, well, so that's our week.
Yes.
Stealing with little drunk people.
Yeah. Actually, we got a question from a girl named Olivia. Hey, Olivia. And she wanted to ask us what it's like living together / working together. And she also wants to know how Susan is.
Oh, Susan will love that you asked about her. She really will. She'll be flattered.
Yeah.
Well, Abby and I were talking about this. It's not something we ever like talk about on the podcast or whatever because it's just like our normal, you know, like.
Yeah, I feel like you guys know it, which you don't because we've never talked about it. But like this is our norm, so we're just like used to it. So we feel like we don't have to address it.
Yeah. So Abby and I.
What is it like, Amy, living and working with me?
Terrible. Someone help me. No, I'm kidding. Well, we've lived together for what, 2 years?
This will be our third year.
Yeah, right.
So we lived and studied together. Yeah. All of us in the house, or most of us in the house, lived and studied together.
Yeah.
And so basically we were living together, which is what I've said about 12 times by now, and studying together, which I've also said about a dozen times right now. But that means that we were together for pretty much almost every single hour of the day.
And I think like you would expect that we would like get sick of each other and
that we would fight and stuff like that.
But I think in like that situation, because we just spent so much time together, we really quickly learnt like each other's boundaries and like, you know, like we know when to leave each other alone and like that everyone needs like their alone time and you know. So I don't feel like we have many issues.
No, actually like not really any at all. No. And like we say this a lot, but there's only a certain type of friend that you can live with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have we have so many great friends and I love them dearly, but there's only a certain type of friend that you can live with, you know. And I feel like we're that.
Yeah.
And same with like
it's really with us as well. Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that like you guys are like my best friends and we're able to live together. Yeah. So we don't really ever have any problems. And also I think it's because when we all met each other, we were studying.
Yeah.
And we were doing that intensive full-time dance training for years, right? So we were together all the time, but we were going through this insane experience, emotional, like roller coaster pretty much, but we were in it together, so we could relate to each other, which I feel like built a nice like foundation for our friendship.
Yeah, for sure.
And also it's really good, I find, living and working with you because I can just walk down the hallway to your room if I have an idea.
Yeah.
Or like if someone messages the Instagram, like DMs us like something funny and I want to show you, then I'll just run down the hall and like show Amy.
Yeah.
So it's like it's pretty good in that sense, as instead of like we don't live together and I have to call you and I'm like, hey, like I had this idea, I can't really remember it exactly. No, if I have an idea, I'm running into your room and telling you.
But also I think like it makes it a little easier because I mean I don't think of the podcast as work, but like this is the only kind of job that we have together. You know what I mean? Like this is like, or the occasional gig, but we both teach at different schools and have like different part-time job, whatever. Like, and so I think that helps. Not that I feel like I would ever get sick of you, but like,
no,
having time away as well.
We have other time.
Yeah. So that's what that's like. Really.
So normal. It's pretty chill. Yeah. Yeah. We're pretty chill people as well. So like we're not very, I mean, I'm very dramatic. We all are actually, but it's not like we have drama in the house. No,
absolutely not. I think
between us.
The thing with living with anyone is just like you just need to know where each other's boundaries are and like respect other people's boundaries, and then you'll never have a problem. Yeah. You know, as long as you know what everyone's comfortable with and what people don't like and whatever, then you'll be fine. Yeah. As for Susan, she's good. You said something happened to you the other day with Susan.
Yeah, I heard her.
Heard her.
Yeah, well, I was in my room and I'm pretty sure I was home alone, but I was like hearing footsteps up and down the hallway and I thought it was one of you girls coming home. And I was like, oh, hello, no answer. And I was like, oh, would have been, probably was nothing. Then I heard stuff like dropping, like it sounded like a phone dropped on the floorboards, and like, do you hear that door just go then? Yeah. Susan knows we're talking about it.
She's like, hello,
and it was just stuff like that. Like I was just hearing things and I was like, I'm not alone right now.
That's so weird. She did turn the kettle on for me the other day.
Yeah.
But she does that all the time. She must just really like tea. So
she loves the tea.
She loves the tea.
She lives for the tea. But yeah, Susan's pretty chill, but we are looking to sage the place again.
Don't tell her that.
Oh, sorry, Susan.
I went up.
Saging doesn't like get rid of her or anything. Sage is supposed to literally be like a high. I said that
so
in
like
air
mellows
quotes.
them out.
So it like mellows them out kind of thing. Like it doesn't is abolish the right word?
Yeah,
it doesn't get rid of her, or it doesn't like cast any negativity on her. Not that I'm aware of, you know, this is just what I've like heard. But yeah, apparently it's just supposed to, make her really mellow and just chill her out. That's why you're supposed to do it a couple times, because like it will wear off, kind of a thing. And I mean, I guess like different sages are different. I don't really know, but that's what it said on that other one that we did a couple months ago. But I feel like that's probably worn out. Yeah. And I think we're going to sage again.
If you guys know much about sage, can you please let us know? What's a good one to use for Susan that's not going to make her angry?
We don't want to aggravate her or anything. We just want her to just like chill out and just enjoy her time here.
Yeah. Okay, so Abby, you wanted to talk about something that happened to us the other day.
Yes. Okay, so the other day we were just driving somewhere, the two of us and our dearly beloved housemate and best friend Yasmin.
Shout out to Yasmin.
Hey girl. So she had a big night, right? This was early in the morning, okay, because we had to go somewhere far away. Mm-hmm. And she wasn't feeling the best, okay? So we got a coffee. I brought a little snack for her because I knew that she was going to be a little under the weather. Yeah. And we were driving to this place. It's like over an hour away, and we were kind of driving a little bit swervy. Not that Amy's a bad driver. It's just that the roads were a bit...
It took us like on back roads.
Yeah, the roads were a bit, hey, how's it going? And obviously this just made something happen in Yazzy's tummy.
Yep.
And she started to feel really sick. Mm-hmm. Like vom.com sick, okay? So she was like, Amy, can you just like pull over?
We were like 2 minutes from
literally
the destination.
Around the corner.
And I said to Yaz, I was like, oh, like, will you be okay for we're literally 2 minutes away. It's just around the corner.
And she was like, oh, maybe pull over just in case. As soon as Amy literally just like swerves the car to the curb to pull over, door opens.
I'm surprised that she got it all out of the car, I'll be honest. I have I had someone run up the back of my car a few months ago. So I have a replacement vehicle at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not my car and it still smells like a new car.
Mm-hmm.
And so if she had vomited in that, like, I don't know what I would have done.
Anyway, she did make it onto the grass, and she was kind of saying to us, guys, like tissue, like something to wipe my face. And we were rummaging through the car. I mean, it is a new like rental car, but like we didn't really have anything in there. And it got me thinking, girls should always have, not just girls, but this is kind of a bit more catered to girls. Girls should always have an emergency kit in their car of things they need.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'd like to clarify, we didn't leave Yasmin hanging. I found a wet wipe in my handbag.
Oh, yeah, we did help her out there. But so we have devised a kind of guide, I guess, of what you guys should have in your car in case of emergency.
Yes.
Cool.
So every girl needs the following in their car.
Yes.
I always have Nurofen in my car, or like Panadol, something like that. I always talk about sanitary products on the podcast. Why? It's just
no, it's important to have something like that in there. Yeah.
Some extra things like that. What else have you got? Gum is really important.
Yeah. Also, I think it's really important to have like tissues, Band-Aids, anything like
Band-Aids, that's
kind of little thing. I always have lip balm in there. I always have a phone charger, okay? Because you never know when you need a phone charger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just the cable, like the actual little phone box that plugs into the PowerPoint as well. Like the amount of times that I've used my phone charger that's in my car. I also think it's really important to have earphones in there. I mean, here in Sydney as well, I always have a mask in there, like a face mask, just in case. And what else is in there?
I think you should always have like a jumper or maybe just like a crappy spare change of clothes.
Yeah, so actually what I always keep in the boot of my car, I have this little like tote bag, and I mean, we live in Australia and it's quite warm a lot of the time, and sometimes I come back from work and it's a nice day and I want to like go to the beach or something. So I have a little tote bag and it has like a crappy towel in it, and it has just like a pair of swimmers, but it also has a pair of underwear, very important.
Yeah.
It also has like a little outfit in there as well. So it's like maybe shorts and a t-shirt, or it's like a little dress or something like that. It doesn't have to be anything nice. Yeah. It's just something else just in case something happens to the outfit that you're wearing. And then like you said, I think it's so important to have a jumper in there. Yeah. Like a sweatshirt, like a crew neck kind of a thing, because you never know like when you need it, like what we were just saying, if something spills on your top or something in like the top that you have in the back of your car, not good. You have a jumper to chuck on.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've been caught in a situation where I'm like, oh, I need this thing that I should have in my car.
Yeah, you know? Which isn't there, you know. Yeah. This is kind of a little unrelated to, I guess, like the essential items that you need, but this is pretty important, and I actually need to get this in my car. Yeah. Either like a puncture repair kit or like a car jack and a spanner or a wrench or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely don't have any of those things.
I need to go and get some of that, because you never know where you're going to be in a situation where you have a flat tire, okay? And even when you call an RMA or RSEQ or like whatever like service you're with, they will take hours to come to you to just replace your tire. And like, if I'm being honest, tires aren't that hard to replace. I don't know if you've ever changed a tire before.
Never in my life, but I've seen videos of people do it. Yeah, I get the idea.
I've helped someone do it before, and it's it's pretty self-explanatory, but it will save you like a lot of time if you do know how to change a tire, and also if you have the equipment to change a tire. I also have in my car jumper cables.
Yeah, that's a good one, because people always need them and they're never around.
Yeah, and they always like ask me to borrow them.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say, this is really important, emergency cash, literally like $20 or something in your car, just in case you get caught in a situation where like you forgot your card, or you don't have any kind of money or anything like that. $20 will go a long way. Yeah. And with this stuff, like, you don't have to shove it all in the glove box. Like, you can kind of make it a bit cute. Like, I have a little like pencil case
kind of toiletries bag thing with just everything shoved in there. And that like sits in my glove box in my car. And then in my boot is like a tote bag and like my jumper cables and stuff. But yeah, I just think always be prepared. As Kaz says.
It's a Mama Kaz
Yeah,
quote.
Mama Kaz, Amy's mum. Always be prepared.
Yeah.
And it's easier said than done, obviously, but you'll be kicking yourself if you're in a situation where you're like, I literally should have just put a Band-Aid in my car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My goodness, the AA meeting is out here saving lives this week.
Oh, you know what I also have in my car?
Yes, what?
I have like the tiniest bit of makeup.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because you never know when like, I don't know, you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to go somewhere quickly, but I want to look a little bit nicer or something like that.
Yeah.
I just have like concealer and mascara.
Yeah.
And they're both like really crappy ones because it gets really hot and like it'll melt in the car and stuff. But like I always just keep that in the car just in case.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. I hope you've made a list and I hope you're getting to work with that, ladies, because, well, and gentlemen, but it's just for safety for the women out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You're welcome.
That is
Me
your
bowing.
survival kit
Yes.
for your car.
Anyway, let's lighten things up a little bit.
Okay.
We want to play a game. We love
Woo!
playing games.
This game is called the Whisper Challenge.
The Whisper Challenge.
That was like a
Nice.
little ASMR.
That was a bit.
Yeah. Whisper Challenge.
Is that what they do?
So, if you don't know what the Whisper Challenge is, basically, one of us wears noise-cancelling headphones, play some music, have a little jam, okay? The other person is going to say a word, a phrase, a statement, something made up, whatever, to that person with the headphones on, and they are going to try and say it back and guess what you said. And it gets a bit funny because,
It does.
you know, words are weird.
Oh, put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to go first, second?
I want the headphones on first.
All right.
Oh, no.
Put 'em on.
I want you to have the headphones on first.
I can do that.
Okay, cool. Okay, so as we can see, Ames has got the headphones on and she's looking rather cute, I will say myself. And these are noise cancelling ones. So like, yeah, the noise cancelling's on, so she probably can't hear anything I'm saying. Hey, girl.
Has it started yet?
No. No.
I don't know.
What are you listening to?
Huh?
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have about 6 words and I'm just going to go for it. Ready? Bobsled.
Bobsled?
Yeah!
Was that it?
How did you know? Barack Obama has a beautiful smile.
Oh my God, I'm too good at this. Barack Obama has a beautiful smile.
What?
Was that it?
Can you hear me?
No.
Are you sure?
What was that?
No, why is she doing so well? Okay. Couch cushion.
Caricature.
Couch cushion.
Can you do that again, please?
Couch cushion.
Carol Holden.
Carol Baskin. Couch cushion.
Cow choo choo. I've got no idea.
Couch cushion.
House auction. Was that it?
Couch cushion.
Couch cushion.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on, Ariana's gone quiet.
Abby is the first A in AA meeting.
Why was that 3 years long? Go again.
Okay, ready? Abby is the first A in AA meeting.
A couple of years, my first time in the rain. That's all I got.
Okay, focus.
Yeah.
Focus on my
Can you
lips.
break it up a bit?
Okay. Abby is the first A
Happiness, first day.
in AA meeting.
In a mixer.
Altogether.
All together, yeah.
Abby is the first A in AA meeting.
The last part was something about the AA meeting.
Yeah.
Happiness in a day, the AA meeting. I don't know the first bit. Can you do the first bit?
Abby is the first A in AA meeting. What are you listening to? I can hear it. One more time.
Yeah,
okay?
one more
And
time.
then we'll move on.
Yeah,
to the-
okay.
Abby is the first A in
Oh,
AA
Abby is the
meeting.
first A in the AA meeting.
Yeah! Very nice. Okay, I have one more. Tequila makes me vom.com.
Tequila makes me vom.com.
Yeah!
Yeah! I'm so good at this.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. It is actually really hard.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
But I
Okay.
think the part that helps is like if I understood one part, then I would just guess what you might have been saying at the start. Because that last one, I thought you said something about Ziggy at the start, and I was like, Ziggy.
Ziggy ears.
Alrighty,
Okay.
so Abby's got the headphones on. Can you hear me, Abby?
Have we started?
No. Okay.
When you say it, can you not have your mic?
Yeah. Okay. She's like yelling at me.
What?
Okay. First.
But before
First one.
I lead you
Okay. Ready? First.
Tell me.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay, I'm ready.
First one. Okay. Beethoven walked so that Jojo Siwa could run.
You just said about a million words. You said something about being a bitch.
Beethoven walked so that Jojo Siwa could run.
Beethoven was the one who had the titty wonton.
Beethoven.
Beethoven
Yeah, that's good. Walked
walked
so that Jojo Siwa.
to the
So that.
with cats
So that.
today.
Beethoven walked so that Jojo Siwa could run.
Beethoven walked tiptoed to the grocery store.
Not quite, but okay. Next one.
What the fuck? Why is it so long?
Don't squeeze a breezer and follow through.
Can we go again?
Don't squeeze a breezer and follow through.
You poop twice a day to follow my Instagram.
Don't squeeze a breezer.
No. Go slower. Don't
Squeeze.
Twix,
Squeeze.
Twix,
Squeeze.
Twix,
Squeeze.
Winks,
Squeeze.
squeeze,
A breezer.
up,
A breezer.
a pizza,
A breezer.
a pizza bread.
Don't squeeze a breezer.
Don't squeeze the printer. Oh my God, I'm trying really hard. Ariana's like
this
yelling
one.
at me.
You know this one. Don't squeeze a breezer and follow through.
Don't squeeze a breezer and follow through. Yes. Okay. You said printer. You did. I'm going to watch this back and you said printer. Hang on, the music's done. Oh, here we go.
This is an easy one. Body, yoddy, 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 yoddy.
Molly, yolly, Molly, lolly, folly, nolly.
Body, yoddy, yoddy.
Buddy, yaddy, 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 yaddy.
Well done. Okay. Last night, I dreamt that I was best friends with Olivia Rodrigo.
Last night I dreamt
Mhm.
that I was eating French fries with... No.
Last night I dreamt, that was good,
Yeah.
that I was best friends with Olivia Rodrigo.
Last night I dreamt that I was
Best friends.
bending fries.
Best.
Back in France.
Best friends.
Benton.
Can't put that in. Best friends.
Best friends
With Olivia Rodrigo. Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo. Last night I dreamt that I was best friends with Olivia Rodrigo.
Well done. Okay, one more.
One more.
When I'm sad.
When I'm down.
When I'm sad.
When I'm tired.
When I'm sad.
When I'm inside.
When I'm sad.
When I'm tired.
Sad.
When I'm crying.
Sad.
Sad.
Yeah.
When I'm sad.
I think about
I think about
Michelle Obama drinking her morning coffee.
Coachella up my bum and a TikTok song. What?
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama.
Drinking her morning coffee.
When I'm sad, I think about Michelle Obama drinking her morning coffee.
Yay! That's all I have.
Is that it?
Yeah, well done. It's tough, hey?
Oh, God. Oh, I feel like I was yelling.
You were.
I'm so sorry.
That's
We're
right.
probably
We'll
gonna
turn
have
it
to
down.
adjust the audio on that. Oh my gosh, that's so hard.
It is
and I
really
thought,
hard.
okay, maybe it's really easy because you got like the first 3 of mine.
No, maybe you're
Right?
just better at like moving your mouth. Because towards the end, I was like trying harder to enunciate, and then you were getting quicker.
It was, oh God, it's so hard. And it looks like you're saying all these different
Yeah.
words and like, that was really fun.
That is fun.
We should just play that for funsies with our friends.
Yeah.
Imagine that as like some kind of like drinking game, like do that at prees. Because the music is pumping. Like
Yeah.
I was listening to Ariana Grande and she was like yelling at me, but I was living for it.
Okay, so the next little topic was sent in by Corey on Instagram.
Yes. Hey, Corey.
Hey, Corey, how are you? He wants to know which armrest at the cinema we think is ours. So you go to the cinema, you have 2 armrests.
Yep.
But you share this armrest with the person next to you.
And the other one as well.
Yeah. So which one is yours?
Okay, I was thinking about this for a while.
Okay.
And I think it depends on if you're a lefty or a righty. Okay?
Yeah,
Because that's
okay.
your more dominant side or arm or whatever. So personally, I like the right one because I'm a righty, okay?
Yeah.
But then it also depends on who you're sitting with and how many of you are there and your relationship to that person, right?
Yeah.
So clearly I've had a big think about this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you and I were going to the movies and we were sitting as we are, okay, I would actually put my left arm on the armrest because you're there, right? So I would be like, not like trying to get closer to you, but I would be in a situation to whereas if something happened in the movie, I could look at you and be like, oh my gosh, and we could like discuss something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
If it's a random though, next to me, that I'm not really like that like comfortable around, I guess, I would probably have no arms on either armrest. But yeah, that's kind of like how I think it is. If it's like your dominant side generally, but it also depends on who you're there with.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I always wait for the people I'm with to put their stuff down. And so whichever one is left.
It depends on what cup holder they have as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I'll just like let them choose, and then because it's too stressful for me. But if I went to the movies by myself and I was sitting by myself, there was no one around me, I would put it in the right because I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
I've
been in a... Oh, sorry, you go.
No, you're right. Or if I was by myself and I didn't know the person there, then obviously I'd put it the other way. If I was with a group of people that I know, then I would wait for them.
Yeah, going with that, I've been in the group situation where I've sat towards the middle of all of us in the cinema, and there's been like 8 or something of us, and they've all put their stuff down, but the person to my left has put it in their right, and the person to my right has put it in the left. And so I didn't have any like
that's
cup
what your
holder
lap's
or
for.
anything like that. And so I literally was like sitting there, and I was like, what do I do? Do I ask this person to move it over there? But then that means that that's going to trail on to the next person, to the next person. And I'm pretty sure I just sat there and I just held my drink in front of me.
You'd have
and just
to.
had like my elbows glued to like the sides of me.
Yeah, you'd have
But
to.
that goes along with like aeroplanes, okay? So a cinema, you get a bigger chair, armrest is a bit bigger, okay? Aeroplanes is like where I feel like more uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Because on an aeroplane, you have a smaller seat, a smaller armrest, right? I like to rest my elbows on the like back part of the armrest, if that makes sense. Yeah. So my elbows are rested back there, like it's kind of like behind my body, and I like to do that on both armrests. Even this might be a bit controversial, even if there's a random next to me, and I will do that as soon as I can to like establish like my territory and like this is my
to assert dominance.
this is the boundary, and like I'm having the back half of the armrest, and you can have the front, but I've got the back.
Right.
And if I move that, then like it's fair game. Then they can have it. Then
I don't know what I do on an aeroplane. I just put my stuff in the thingy here and then just try not to touch anybody maybe. But that makes sense. I think the back arm part, I've probably done that before.
Because it's easy to like hold your phone in that position because your arms are rested.
Yeah. It's a big debate. It is.
It's a big debate. And I would actually love to bring this up in our friend group and see what they have to say. Because I also think it depends on like the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
Like if you're a more forward, outgoing kind of person, you'd be like, I just put my arms, I just take up the whole arm. Do you know what I mean? Like,
or I'll just put my stuff in the one that I want.
Or like the more shy or like reserved person might be like, like I'll just like put my hands in my lap for the whole time.
Yeah.
So I reckon that's a subject that we should bring up and just see like what kind of gets thrown around the table with our friends.
We should do after this comes out, we should do an Instagram story and have a poll and people can vote for if they do right or left. So look out for that.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
And we'll see what you guys think.
Okay.
Cool.
I saw on TikTok this week, and we are very influenced by TikTok.
We are.
I saw that there was this trend going around, and it's basically, I was today years old when I found out ...
Yeah.
Yeah. So we thought it'd be fun to do like a little segment-y thing this week about I was today years old when I found out blank. Yeah. And we don't know what each other are going to say.
Nope.
So I might even be today years old when I find out like what yours are. So do you want me to go first?
Okay, go ahead.
Cool. I have one. I was today years old when I found out that when people say break a leg, it's because they want you to be in a cast.
I know this one. Yeah. Yeah, but people that don't like work in entertainment probably wouldn't know that. Yeah.
So they want you to be in a cast.
Yeah.
Like whether it's like an acting cast, like literally like the people in the show. And yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so going into an audition, people will be like, break a leg so that you get into the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did know that one.
Yeah.
But that is a good one. That is a good one. This one you'll know, Abby, because I said this to you yesterday, which blew my mind. And I'm not going to be able to like explain it fully on here. You're going to have to do your own research. Go Google the lyrics to Poker Face and read the chorus lyrics if you're over 18.
Specifically the part where it's like poker.
Yeah.
That part.
Go read it and come back to me and tell me that tell me if you're not surprised.
Yeah,
because
so we listened to it yesterday. We read it and then put it in the car when we were driving and listened to it, and like that is what she's saying.
Yeah, it'll blow your mind.
And that song is like they had it all over the radio and everything, and even on Spotify when a song has any kind of swearing in it, it's put like the little E on it, like the explicit
thing.
E.
Yeah.
So that parents know like this song has a swear word, don't play it around your kids. Or like even you and I when we're teaching dance, like obviously we use music to teach dance. And I specifically look for songs with no little E on it. So that like there's no swearing in my class, obviously. And that song doesn't have anything like that on it. And it should.
It really should. Go look it up.
I love Gaga
and you'll be
that was just
shocked.
shocking.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have another one?
Yeah. Okay, so you know how on a TV show, like the first episode that's launched is called a pilot, right? The reason that it's called pilot is because it's the first time that is on air.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so like pilot, aeroplane in the air, pilot, first episode on air.
There you go.
I know, the things you know.
Well, okay, this one kind of goes along with that, like why things are called certain things.
Yeah.
Breakfast is called breakfast because it's break and fast, right? And because breakfast is the first time you eat that day, you're breaking your fast.
You're breaking your fast from the overnight, unless you have like night snacks, which is what I do.
Well, yeah, true.
That's cool.
Yeah, right.
You know what? I didn't have this written down, but going on from that, do you know why sand is called sand?
No idea.
It's because it's in between the sea and land.
Oh my God, whoever made up words literally was just walking around having a great time. They were probably drunk.
Another thing with words, okay. Slang, you know, like slang words. Slang, if you don't know what slang is, it's basically like shortened words so that you don't have to say the full word. And we say it a lot here in Australia and even like ourselves. What's an example of one?
Secchi's a security guard.
Yeah, we say secchi, security guard, like stuff like that. So slang is actually slang for short language.
My goodness.
How crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
My last one is, this isn't really like a today years old thing. Like you would have known this, but it's not something that I'd ever thought about before. Your belly button is just your old mouth.
I don't
Does that make you feel weird? I read that and I felt weird.
I feel really uncomfortable and I'm immediately sucking in my stomach right now.
Isn't that weird to think about?
Oh.
And now, segue.
Yay!
Shit we don't understand.
Shit we don't understand. Okay, what's the segue, babes?
This week I'm guessing when a woman gives birth, naturally, they cut the umbilical cord, right? Which is the cord
the umbrella cord.
Well, the cord that connects the belly button and like that's how you feed your baby while it's in
the umbrella
stomach.
cord.
The umbrella cord.
Yeah.
They cut it and tie it on the baby, right? But then the rest of that cord is still attached to the mother.
Because that's how you're fed, right?
Yeah.
For those 9 months.
Yeah. So what do they do with the rest of it? Like that, because it would still be
the umbrella cord is like long. Like it's not like a short little phone charger cord. No, it's like a long cord.
And surely they don't just like get rid of the whole thing because then like what if they have another baby? Like are they going to run out of umbrella cord eventually if they have lots of babies?
Well, I do know the answer.
Yeah, Abby's looked it up. Okay, I want to preface this again. Ages ago, one of the first episodes.
Episode number 2.
Episode 2, yeah. I guessed another thing to do with female anatomy. I had no sex education at school, none whatsoever. Went to a Catholic school. They didn't teach me anything. I know nothing.
The preface that you say is that like you think that your school was just like, if we don't tell them, then they won't know.
And they won't do anything.
Yeah, because it was super Catholic.
Yeah.
I guess that their thought process was like, if they don't know about this, then they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Which, like...
But it's really just... I'm 21 now and I don't know anything about
anything. A lot of our conversations that we have involving this kind of stuff, Amy's always like, what?
Yeah.
What? And like we're explaining things to her.
Yeah, because I was just never taught any of it, you know? Like, anyway, so my first guess is that maybe they just like, I don't know, the human body's pretty nuts and the fact that like another human being can come out of a human being is wild to me. So there's a lot of things that are probably pretty crazy that can just happen. Maybe it just gets like sucked back up.
In like vacuums when the cord is like in the power points in the cord and you can like press a button and it goes like the cord like wounds back into the vacuum. Yeah. Kind of like that kind of thing. Like you like press boop 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 like on a lady.
On a lady and
it goes back in.
Just sucks back in. That can't be it.
Nah, that's not it.
Okay. Maybe this is my second guess. So they cut the umbilical cord at the baby and maybe they cut it again at the lady so that there's only that little bit that's still inside you.
Oh,
like they cut it as close to the outside.
They cut it like outside of the lady, not inside of the lady?
Outside of the lady, yeah. As close as they can. Maybe...
Why are we calling her a lady? She's a lovely lady.
She is a lovely lady. Maybe... Are you still dilated after you give birth or does it just close up straight away?
I'm speaking from experience. I don't know, but I would assume if you just push out a baby, it's not going to spring back.
Yeah, no, I don't think it does. So maybe they just like reach up in there and that can't be
and
it.
Snip it. So basically your guess is that they snip it at both ends, pretty much. And then like whatever end is left in the female either like stays there or it like regrows another one or like disintegrates or just,
it just does its
thing in there. Okay. That's an interesting guess because that's like what I would have guessed if I didn't know what it was. But that is incorrect. You got one more guess, girl. Yes. You can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just think about this for a second. So they cut the umbrella cord at the baby and tie it in a knot. The rest of it is still because it must still be up in.
Do they tie it in a knot?
Isn't that how you get a belly button?
I thought the reason that you get a belly button is just like
because I thought
the way that they cut it.
We might have to fact check that. Anyway, okay, and then the rest must run up because. Okay, no. I don't know a lot about this, but when you give birth, the baby comes out and so does the placenta, right? And the only reason I know that is because on the Kardashians, they ate their placenta. Is it attached to the placenta and it comes out with that? So it all just like comes out all together and then there's nothing attached to the lady anymore. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah!
Okay, so when you give birth, like obviously you give birth to the child and then they would like cut the umbilical cord, but you also have to give birth to the placenta. Like it doesn't come out. Well, I don't know. I guess it's different for every woman, but I'm under the assumption that it doesn't come out all at the same time. Right. So you give birth to the baby. Oh, that's great. You got to give birth to the placenta, and then the umbilical cord is obviously attached to the placenta.
That is so gross. Mum, if you're watching, I'm sorry, you're never getting grandchildren. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's just like putting your body through a lot.
Like you've just pushed out a watermelon and then you have to push out this chunk of shit.
My mum has said to like my sister and I before, like it's like pushing a watermelon out of a grape. And that has stuck with me forever.
Yeah. Oh, it's just terrifying, isn't it?
I don't know
every male viewer has just clicked off.
We don't have any male viewers anymore. Probably all females have as well.
Yeah. We're just here by ourselves now.
Okay, cool.
Oh my goodness, of the podcast.
I wonder if that sounded cool.
We'll find out later, I guess. Okay, so this question was sent in from Lily.
Yes.
And
it's not really a question. It's more of like, she's like seeking advice. So I'm going to get up the message that she sent us. We've actually been back and forward with her like a couple times on a few different occasions. Yeah. Like she's such a lovely girl. I really enjoy talking to her actually. But yeah, she's basically sent us a message kind of like seeking advice.
So we asked Lily if it was okay if we like read out some of the message and used her name and whatever. And she said that she's comfortable with all of that. So she said, I really need advice on how to deal with a breakup, my first breakup. I just broke up with my boyfriend today. How do I deal with the sadness? Sorry, just thought if you needed a topic for this week's podcast, other people might need some help as well. That is a lovely, well, not lovely, but it's thank you for reaching out to us.
Yeah.
I'm a big sister in real life. I have a younger brother and I just love giving big sister advice. It's my favorite fucking thing in the whole world. I shouldn't swear. My mum's gonna get so mad at me.
What do you mean? I swear all the time.
I know, but my mum gets mad at me if I swear.
My dad.
Happy boys all the time. Okay. She also added that she's going through a lot like mentally and her partner wasn't particularly supportive of that stuff. So for starters, yes, I think that it was a good idea to end the relationship if that's the case.
I did message her back like a little thing just saying that I personally think that like mental health is just as, if not more important than like bodily health, you know, like it's who you are. It's like,
it all works together. I think
this like controls everything, you know? And if this isn't right or this isn't happy or like anything like that, then nothing else is going to be right or happy or working properly. Okay. And if someone is unsupportive or not understanding of what you're going through, then this might be like a harsh reality, but you're probably better off without them.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if they can't see what's troubling you or like see that you're unhappy, then like that's not how a relationship works.
And you like a relationship, you're supposed to benefit each other. You know, I'm a big believer that you shouldn't get into a relationship to make your life better. You should like find the great stuff in your life and then want to share that with someone else.
Yes.
And if you can't share the good things and the bad things, then what's the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dealing with a breakup, I personally have never been through a bad breakup, but I have like cried over boys and whatever. Disgusting. Abby, have you had a bad breakup?
Not a bad breakup, but I have had like breakups.
Yeah. But you've dealt with the sadness.
Yeah. Through like breakups and stuff, I would just kind of detach from it and push it down inside of me, and then a couple months later lots of other things will happen in my life, and then I will finally like release how I'm feeling about it.
You've got to let yourself feel all of the things.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm trying to get at, is that it doesn't matter, I guess, like how you do it, but you do have to let it out.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep that inside of you, because you will like go insane, you know. You have to let it out. In like, people have different outlets. People have like actual like emotional, you know, like outlets like that, or people have outlets of talking to someone, or people have outlets of I guess distraction or doing things that makes them happy and for themselves, like I don't know, going to the beach or something like that. I just think there needs to be some sort of a outlet, like you have to get it out of you.
Yeah, let yourself like feel it all. I've like been through similar things where like I've just like ignored it for months because I'm like, oh, if I don't think about it, then I won't be upset about it. And then the meltdown you have later is so much worse. So step one, like acknowledge the fact that it's happened and like let yourself be sad, let yourself cry, whatever. I think an important thing is to like keep busy, you know?
Yeah.
Like don't spend all your days in your bed by yourself. Like go out and like do things with your friends or like get a new hobby or, you know.
This is really important. Actually, I heard this before and this actually has like changed my life. Okay. So I saw this thing and it says you need to know the difference between a celebration of when you're happy and something you do when you're down to make yourself happy. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, if something happens, you get a promotion at work or like you get I don't know, something great happens and you want to celebrate with your friends. Okay. That needs to be completely different to something you do to cheer yourself up.
Yeah.
So going out with my friends and, you know, drinking or being social and we all do something nice and whatnot, that is what I will do or I will try to do when something great happens in my life or one of my friends' lives and we want to celebrate that, right? You can't, well, I feel like when you're going through a breakup or something negative or dark happens, you can't just get ready and get up and go and do like celebrate with your friends. Do you understand what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah. Like
so there needs to be
ways
something
that you do have to be
really different between the way that you celebrate things and the way that you try and make yourself feel better. Because then if you're always just, whenever anything happens, you're going out celebrating with your friends or like doing something nice with your friends or anything like that, then you're not going to be able to differentiate what you're celebrating, whether it's something happy or whether it's something to try and cheer you up.
Yeah.
So I think something that needs to cheer you up, obviously it can be done in a social manner and with your friends, but as long as it's very different to something you do when you celebrate something happy in your life. And maybe the thing that you do to cheer yourself up, it should be for you.
Yeah.
So like it should be your alone time or like,
you can do it with people, but like
but
something
that will help you personally.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say is I have found that it really helps like write things down. So you could like, this sounds so lame, but like write him a letter. But don't send it to him. Never ever give it to him. Like literally write it and then like tear it up and throw it away. Because then you feel like you've gotten it out without causing any issues or, you know, I even like, again, a bit lame, start a journal, write down all the things that you're feeling, whatever. And I think like that'll be really great to look back on in 5 years when you've recovered and you're feeling a lot better and you can look back and be like, wow, look how much I've grown, you know?
Yeah, I have a journal as well, actually, which sounds so like it sounds weird, but it actually really does help like writing things down. And it doesn't have to be just the negative stuff that you write down and you're like, oh, and I don't like life and blah, blah, blah. Like you can, I've written down happy things that have happened to me as well. And I have the same journal that I've had for years and like, it's not even half full, right? And I actually go back and like read some of those entries and I'm like, oh, young Abby, like she didn't know like anything and she was feeling this way, but she didn't know that like, you know, she was going to be okay. You know, it's actually nice to look back on things like that. I even print out some photos and like put stuff like that in there, you know, like memories. So maybe that's a good outlet, I guess, is just writing it down.
Yeah. Okay, let's quickly recap because this episode has been the longest ever. Keep yourself busy. Let yourself feel things. Write things down / write him a letter, but never send it to him because that'll make you feel better. What was the other thing? And like, just make sure you differentiate the difference between celebrating happiness and trying to make yourself feel happier. Just a completely different thing. Just remember too, like it does get better. They say time heals all wounds, and I know everyone's rolling their eyes at me right now, but like it's true. You'll get it really, really does. And I'm a big believer. We say this all the time. Everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to. Yeah, like, everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why this didn't work out, or maybe it's not working out now. Yeah, you know, maybe in the future it could work out, but I wouldn't put all your eggs in that basket. No. But you know, like everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why this isn't happening right now, and it's hard to think about it and to see that, but yeah. So just chin up, try your best, keep on keeping on, you'll be right. Yeah. Listen to sad music, let yourself cry, and then pick yourself up by your bootstraps and get on with life. Yeah, exactly. And of course, you can send us a message. Yeah. If you want some support or anything like that. And that's anyone else as well. Like if you've got stuff going on, there's no one to talk to. We just sit here all day, every day on this couch. So we are more than happy to send a message back. Or, exactly. Like, or if you need advice on other things that you want us to talk about on the podcast, we can as well.
Yeah, or if you want just personal like messaging advice or something like that, let us know. But yeah, I feel like the past couple of weeks we have literally turned into an inspiration podcast.
We have.
For the end of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, every week we get to the end and we're like...
Yeah, with the question of the podcast, we're either
it's a TED Talk.
Fully crazy, like, at the very end, or we're literally just like, so, like, you need to feel this way. So, next week, let's do something a little bit more lighthearted.
What?
Potentially.
We'll try our best.
Yeah. And we do say this every week, and we try and keep the outro, like, somewhat entertaining for you guys. But we actually do have some really fun and, like, cool things coming for the future.
We do.
With the AA. And so...
I hate when people say that. Oh, big things coming, but I can't tell you. No, guys, buckle your seatbelts.
Yeah, just be ready because we're really excited for it. And we really appreciate all you guys' support. And we love all you guys so much. And please... give us, oh my gosh, we hit 20k on TikTok.
Yeah, how exciting is that?
And we hit our first, we hit a TikTok that hit over 500k.
Half a million views. That's nuts.
That's insane. So thank you for that. And, chuck us a follow on there if you want, on Instagram. Send us a message on Instagram. That's where we interact with you guys. So send us a DM, some people have sent voice messages, video messages, just interact with us there for suggestions for the podcast.
Yeah.
And we have a video version of the podcast on YouTube. We have an audio version of the podcast on many other platforms, like audio platforms.
Yeah, wherever you get your podcast from, you can probably find us. Just look up the AA Meeting Abby and Amy. That's about it.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week for more fun times, more inspirational TED Talks, and
more funny,
much more.
Jokey joke.
Okay, sure.
Okay, sure thing.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, wait, my voice broke a little bit.
You had a testy pop.
Bye. Bye. That's better. Let's use that one.
Okay, bye.
You.
Welcome to my up home. I'm Lil Shorty, these my hoes. This is how we run this shit. Piss Olympics, let's go.
The baby's like cutting shapes. So it's just going off in the dance floor like